Hello and welcome to Die Rolling. Here we are again, back on the power of Discord, talking about some very exciting gameplay in Maximum Apocalypse with Mike Nade from Rock Manor Games. So hopefully, if technology goes well and it's Tabletop Simulator tonight instead of Tabletopia, which I've never used before, but hopefully it won't take me a cool 30 minutes. In fact, it's 37 and a half minutes it took because I edited the video and I got the clip from Will, and it took exactly 37 and a half minutes to get into Tabletop Simulator, Tabletopia, not Tabletop Simulator. So hopefully, fingers crossed, and we are going to preview Mike Nade's new additions to the fantastic, already well-established Maximum Apocalypse.
Maximum Apocalypse before?
Yes, I've played it with Jamie.
Okay. Because if you guys have this Tabletop Simulator version and this new Frozen Wilds campaign is sort of built to be to ease you into the experience for new players, to make it easier to learn to play the game and ease you in. So since you guys have all played, I think the first mission would be a little boring, so I can skip to the second mission so we start interacting with some of the new tribes people and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do first is I'll alt over. I've got my Word document open, and I can read through. We're redoing the way missions work in this. We're making it a little bit more campaign story driven. So, that involves a little bit more writing work on our end, but hopefully it evokes a little bit more theme and story.
Yeah.
So I'll read sort of the draft of what I have so far for Mission 2. Mission 2 is called Smoke Signal.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts by saying, the first mission is we have to drive up into the mountains because we're running out of supplies, and robots are coming into the town we've been hanging out in. So some of the robots from the first game are sweeping through, and we've got to climb up into the mountains and collect some food and stuff so we can make it through the winter. So the end of the first mission is we drive up through the mountains in our van. And the second mission starts as we spot some smoke in the distance. We drive the van to get as close as possible, but it's difficult on these treacherous mountain roads, so we have to pull over and stop on the side. Our van screeches to a halt, and we hop out to trudge the rest of the way on foot. We can only hope that these people are reasonable and that they have some food to spare. Otherwise, we may have to take it forcefully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
Exciting stuff.
So let me get this out front. You guys want to pick characters? I can give you a little bit of info on the 4 new ones.
Okay.
And I do have the old ones in this bag up here if you want to play an old one, but I figured you probably want to play some new ones.
Yeah.
New ones, definitely.
So the Thief has a big deck of 50 cards. She's sort of like a glass cannon, where she gets stronger as your discard pile grows. Mm-hmm. So the more cards you discard in play, the stronger she gets as the game goes on.
Okay.
So she sort of like bides her time and then strikes from the shadows.
Interesting.
The Chef is a support class. He's about feeding everyone, obviously. So he can get a little more bang for his buck out of food that's been scavenged and things like that. And he's also deadly with a knife. So he equips a knife, and then he can like throw it and do like knife tricks, things like that. The Contractor is sort of the new tank of the group. Stronger than even the Fireman is, but a lot of his abilities increase his hunger. So him with the Chef is a good combination. And then the stunt driver can do things with the van, moving the van around, and also sort of burns through her deck faster. She sort of relies on adrenaline and in being impulsive to sort of flashily get her way through things.
Interesting.
So you guys pick whoever you want. I'll take whoever's left over.
I'm gonna take the contractor because that's basically how I play every game.
I'm going to take the thief.
See, if you guys had said, "Oh, Adam, can you tell me who everyone's going to be?" 100%, I was like, "Will's going to be the glass cannon, Jamie's going to be the tank, and I'll be the support guy."
Or you could be the driver.
How do you pick up that deck? Oh, you literally just pick it up. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll just drag it
And,
over.
Your first
and,
time simulator.
and contractor.
This is my first time.
Yeah. And contractor, I'm going to give you these yellow barricade tokens. You have 4 of them. So you'll see your innate ability is to place a barricade on your tile. You can barricade tiles, and basically this token covers up a monster spawn. So if you roll dice and a monster were to spawn there, instead your barricade breaks. You don't have to draw a monster. So you can sort of fortify tiles so they're safer.
Oh, cool. If you need any help with keys or anything, Jamie, just let me know, because I know this is your first time. So any questions, feel free.
Not with online board games, but with tabletop simulator.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know some tricks too. So one of the nice things about the new game is that there's 2 sets of tiles, like frozen and scorched. So you don't ever have to sort, like whichever campaign you're playing, you don't have to resort your tiles.
Okay.
Because I know for someone who's played the game probably 1,000 times at this point, like I have, that's definitely the most annoying part. And then there should be a pawn on your mat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm white. I can change, and you can change the name. It's from the original game, but you can change it to whatever you want. You type it. So mine will say driver now.
There you go.
Thanks.
Okay. And then we're almost ready to go. We just all need to start with a monster in front of us. So I'll deal those to everybody.
Just set up all our health to whatever value we're at, yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
I only have to do 1.
Cool.
There
Change
we
of
go.
1.
the health is the one
One.
of the character.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they people set it up as a counter above you, yeah. Uh-oh.
We can we? We okay to flip these? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh. A bear. Short range. Deal damage to all targets in range, including other bears.
So the Nordic tribe started angry, but because we drew 2 of these Elgers, they increased the tribe hostility by 1 each. So down here on the contractor and the driver, we've now they're enraged with us.
Ooh.
So the way these monsters work, these human monsters, is when they're enraged with you, they're locked, being that pissed off on you, and they basically just act as a normal monster where they attack you at the end of every turn. But if they're not enraged with you, you can parlay with them and trade and give up items or scavenge things like food and water, and they'll cool down towards you. Another new element of the game is you'll notice this. We call it the clock board over here.
Yeah.
So at the end of everyone's turn, after you roll dice to spawn monsters, we'll increase. It's like locked. What's going on? There we go. Yeah. We'll turn this dial. Let me change that to 30. 1 step, and then when we hit these certain symbols, this is exposure. So one of the things I'll use some of these tiles just to go over some of the new stuff. So if you're looking at these scorch tiles, you'll notice canyons and dunes look like they used to look, but the factory has a little house symbol next to it.
Oh yeah.
That means it's indoors. so you're safe from exposure. You're not outside in the elements.
Okay.
So when you hit the umbrella, you'll get exposed. So since we're playing the Frozen campaign, that means we'll be getting frostbite and hypothermia and things like that happening to us. If you're stuck outside, you'll notice the van is indoors as well. You could be inside the van, which is warm.
Okay.
But when that hits, that will happen. The second mission doesn't have day and night, so I won't go over that. The other thing is the tribe cards. Whenever you hit the tribe, they move towards neutral, wherever they are. They move one space towards neutral every time they make their way around.
Okay.
So that's the clock board. But otherwise, we're ready to start.
Awesome.
Whoever wants to go first.
All right.
So, do we all need to draw cards into our hand? I can't.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. You start with 4 cards in your hand, and you can press the 4 key to just draw 4 when you're hovering over the deck in Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, that's too many.
4 will.
Yeah,
4.
I clicked 2. I'm putting that one in. There you go. 4 now.
And then I can go first. You guys can go first. Whatever you want to do. We'll just go clockwise with whoever starts.
We'll go clockwise. Adam, do you want to go first?
No, I'm going to go last.
Okay.
If we go Mike on the top right, I've got Mike first, then Jamie, then Will, then myself.
We'll go on that.
Okay, so we'll do that. I'll start. So the first thing you guys do, I'm sure you played before, you roll dice to spawn monsters. I did not roll an 8, so we're okay, because the new van tile's an 8 instead of a 6. One of the important things to note is if you roll a 7, time passes quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So it moves 3 steps if you roll a 7.
Mm-hmm.
So 7's still a safe roll.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you 7's still your safe roll. That's the one you want to...
7's not on any of the tiles. So it's still a safe roll, but now time is somewhat predictable, but it adds a little variability. Time can jump ahead and change things. All right.
You're feeling safe, right? You're relaxed. I get that. That's cool.
Okay, so I'll take my actions here. It doesn't help me.
And remind me, Mike, is it 4 actions on a turn?
Yeah, it's 4 actions.
Thanks.
It's the sequence is on the right of Tabletop Simulator, like in shorthand.
I see. Yes.
Yeah. What does this do? Okay. I need a weapon, so for my first action, I'm going to do Listen to Your Gut. It lets me look at the top 4 cards of any deck. I'll look at my own and rearrange them in any order I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put this weapon back on top. Second action, I'll draw. So I get that weapon. Third action, I'll equip it. And then for my 4th action, I will empty my Uzi into for each ammo I spend, I deal X damage. So I'm going to discard all 7 and deal 7 damage to this guy in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do 7 here, and then I'll kill the wolf over here. So we can discard this wolf.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
And then that's the end of my turn. So my hunger will go up, and the Elgar will activate and deal 4 damage to all of us.
Ouch.
He's the strongest of the Nordic tribes, so unfortunately we have 2 of them.
Yeah. Oh dear. Right. So you'll go, Jamie.
Okay, right. So I will draw a card, which is the first thing.
Mm-hmm. You can roll the dice.
Yeah.
Chris, Jamie, yeah.
Yeah. Got it. So,
8. That's an
Not good.
exciting one. So we all draw another monster.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
One job, Jamie.
you're welcome. Cool. So spawn advance. What have I got? Well, who's this new monster? Barn. Okay. Not as bad as the other one. Okay, so I've drawn a card. Okay, so I'm going to equip my nail gun. So that's one action. Are there tokens for the bullets?
I usually just use the name to tell how many there are left on it. But there are tokens if you'd like to use them in this blue bag.
No, that's fine. I'll tell you what I'll do, because I'm not particularly clever. I'll just write it down on a bit of paper.
That's also fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you guys? I read the intro. I didn't tell us the objectives.
Oh yeah.
Just wondering.
So our objectives are to investigate the smoke source, which I'm using white token to be an objective star.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll say this is star A.
Okay.
So that's the smoke source.
Mm-hmm.
When we get there, we can spend an action to investigate the source.
Mm-hmm.
So our objectives are to investigate the smoke source, return the Nordic child to a cavern encampment, or kill 5 Norse enemies. And then we also need to get 4 fuel for the van and return all players to the van.
Yeah.
Always need fuel for the van. The amount of times you'd lose a game because you forgot to get the fuel was
It's mostly true, but not always true. I mean, it's still a factor, but it's not every mission.
No. You'd be so focused on doing the mission, and suddenly you'd be like, "Oh no, we need to get the fuel." Okay, so I've got 3 more actions left. So I've got the first action. I'm going to use one of my bullets to do 3 damage to Elgar.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Can stun him.
2, 3. I'm going to do the same again for my third action, and for my 4th action, I'm going to do the same, and that leaves that with 2 bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then so my action is activate enemies. So yes, activate enemies. So obviously that's going to be Barn, isn't it?
That's just 2 damage to you.
Yeah. And then do my hunger track.
Awesome.
All right.
Now my go. Let's give this a go.
Don't roll an 8.
No, I got a 5. Just for now. So I think I've got this character. Can I, because this character was drawn, is this like waiting until Jamie's next go, or is this until my next go, or can I actually hit?
At the end of your turn, this archer will shoot all of us.
Okay, so can I attack it yet because of the ability? I think I can, can't I?
You cannot. No,
can't.
she comes out. She's like camouflage and cloaks
Okay.
for the first round.
So we have to wait until Jamie's go is done, and then we can attack it. Okay. Fun
and don't forget to draw a card at the start of your turn.
I'm gonna do that.
The other thing you can do too is you could move.
Okay.
We're sort of clumped together, which is always a bad strategy.
Well,
We could spread out, and you could get out of her range so she doesn't hit us.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do a couple of things. So I'm gonna equip a sniper rifle first.
And
Then I'm going to equip a mid-range one of them for 2 actions, and then I'm going to head out, so I'm out of range of all of you. So I'm going to go this way. So go to this one.
Okay.
Oh,
look at that.
So free scavenge.
Yeah, from green right here in the middle. Something good.
Some food.
Food.
Useful. And then that just sits on. Is there a
And then are you going to go down or over?
And then I'm going to. Well, I can either go down or I can actually, I suppose, fire at something if I wanted to. Is there anything?
We're still in range of her.
Oh, still in range.
She'll
Okay,
still
then I'll
follow
move.
us.
Then I'll
Yeah.
move. Then I'll move. Then I'll go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. There you go.
This should snap in. There you go.
There you go. Boom. So draw a monster.
Sweet. We're off to a great start, guys.
Yeah, all the monsters.
Doing well.
A wolf.
Oh, that's increased all the wolf values because I have a wolf also.
So
yeah.
that's my go because I've used all 4 actions. So now they all.
You're going to take 8.
In the face. Ouch.
Yeah, that's bad for the...
Yes, and then I lose 1. I'll become hungry.
For
it should be the other way
the thief, since we're already in deep shit,
Yeah.
and I'm disproving everyone who says this game is easy already.
Yes.
Don't forget that as a free action, you can discard 2 cards
Okay.
in your hand
Yes.
to draw another one.
I might as well do that. Just get rid of them. Well, it's a bit late now for it, but.
You can still do it because you
Okay.
can do it once per turn for free. And the more cards you have in your discard, you'll have
Okay. For later.
strong because they are
Okay.
based on what's in the discard.
Perfect.
Cool. Okay, so my turn. So I'm going to roll a dice. Number 3.
Cool, that's a good roll.
Here we go. And then draw a card. Go to my deck there. Okay. Right.
The good news is the bear will just wreck everybody.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to equip my knife. First action. It deals 3 damage to stuff, which isn't great. I'm then going to equip myself with a sharpener.
Okay, better.
And I'm going to, what have we got here? 12, and we've got 7 there. Okay, so I'm going to probably... Short range is just adjacent, right?
No, short range is just the tower we're on.
Just the tower on. Perfect. Okay, cool. So I'm going to move out of this tile to help you guys out there. Hopefully not die now. And then I'm going to attack with my... attack with my knife. So I'm going to do 5 damage to the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on 2 hit points.
Yeah.
And at this point, I get attacked by both these guys. So
Yeah, but you go left to right, so the wolf will get killed by the...
Yeah. Perfect.
And the bear will do 5 damage to you.
Perfect. Okay.
So that was definitely a good move. Softening up.
Yeah. I need to get rid of these.
Yeah, we need to make friends with this tribe here. We're in deep shit.
Yeah. An
8.
I think there's some kind of a...
Oh, another monster.
Only for 2 of us.
Yeah.
Wait, who's purple? You
Oh,
moved the wrong one.
yeah.
Chef's purple.
Yeah.
Did I move the wrong character?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No big deal.
What do you get? Wolf.
Okay. I'm going to put on my stun helmet as my first action.
Okay.
Shuffles the top card of my discard pile back into my deck. Reduces incoming damage by 1. That's the main reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one action. For my second action, I'm going to play Adrenaline Rush, which is going to bring me back up to 4.
Yeah.
And it reduces all my incoming damage by 2. Gain 2 actions.
Yeah.
I burn 2 cards as well.
Awesome.
Man, I really need to reload that. I'm going to move so people don't get wrecked. Okay, I've got 3 left. I'm going to draw 1. I'm going to use my free action to discard 2 and draw 1 more. I have 2 left. I'll draw another card. Okay. I'm going to equip this other Uzi for 7 bullets. That's the end of my turn, I think.
Nice.
And I take 12.
Oh, dear.
Well, I take reduced by 2, reduced by 1, so I only take 3.
Okay. Not too bad. Better than 12.
Way better.
Another 8.
8. Yes.
More monsters.
Jamie, it's not Pokemon. You're not trying to collect them all.
Oh, not another wolf. It's more damage.
The good news is the tribe. We've now triggered the tribe,
Okay.
which has gone down to they're just irate with us, which means we can trade with them. They're not locked.
Okay.
So as an action, you can parlay with them,
Okay.
which is discard an equipment that you have in play.
Yeah.
So you could give them your nail gun, or discard a scavenge card, and it decrease, and they'll move down 1 more.
Okay.
And if we get them to neutral, they won't attack us anymore.
Okay.
So if you can do that twice,
Yeah. That'd be great.
It's worth it for me just to stop them attacking me.
And me as well.
I think it's worth it for all of us. We
Yeah.
really need to be friends with these guys.
Okay, so let me draw up. So I draw up a card anyway. Okay, so what I can do, I can parlay my nail gun that's in play, right? This
Yep.
one here.
Yep.
So I'll parlay that for my first
Okay.
action. I will pop another one.
Okay.
Can I just parlay one straight out of my hand? Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so I'll parlay that one for the second.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm going to. Is that parlay? Are they now friends with us? Are they?
they're neutral. They're neutral to us, so they don't particularly like us, but they don't hate us enough to attack us.
So am I safe now, or do I need to?
The only thing that will attack you right now is
Perfect.
Is the
so the
Elga?
wolves and the bears. Only
Will this Elga thing not attack us? That's part of the tribe, is it?
correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
sort of
just
it's hard to see on there, but they should all have an N in the bottom on the bottom right.
Oh, yeah, it's
wolves.
okay.
Yeah, I see
You can see it.
I wasn't zoomed in enough. But it's just the wolf I've got to deal with.
Yeah.
That's fine. I've got 2 actions left. So what I'll do is I will use that my Morning Joe. I'll reduce my hunger by 2 to gain an action. And then that gives me an
Reduce
extra.
hunger.
Oh, reduce. Oh, even better.
Yeah.
But I will play my nail gun, and that will give me 2 more actions. And for that, I will do 6 damage to the wolf. And obviously, I've got 3. Yeah, so I've not killed it, but I'll get it next time. And that does 3 damage. Me.
I think there's one other wolf in play, so it does 5.
Yeah.
Oh, 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all good. And then move my hunger up by 1.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right, we got some breathing room now.
So that's an 8, but That's,
You really need to barricade that van, man.
yeah.
That's okay. That person's our friend.
I'm going to do some barricading in a minute. That's where I'm going.
What happens if they're like friendly with us? Does it not give us any extra benefit to be friendly with them?
Oh no, it does. Yeah, great question. So if they're on trade,
Yeah.
which is the next one, so if we give them something more, then they're willing to trade with us.
Yeah.
When you trade with them, it's sort of a similar action. You give them a card, you discard a card,
Yeah.
and then you can draw from any scavenge pile you want.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay?
Okay.
Not only that, but when you trade with them, then they go. So, like, for example, if I traded with this Elgar, I could just discard him like he's dead.
Okay.
I mean, he's not dead, but I traded with him, and then he goes back to he's not patrolling and following me around anymore.
Okay.
If we get to if we parlay with them and just give them another item at goodwill to get more space here and become allies with us,
Yeah.
then at the end of our turn, they will activate and deal their damage to any enemies in range, and they go away.
Perfect. Perfect.
So yeah, they can become a really strong weapon as well.
So what I'll do then is I'm going to lay down some binoculars first as one action. I'm going to give him, I'll give him my sniper rifle for another action. Does that just go to my discard or just goes to them?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Cool. To give them one.
Parlay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to use my third action to draw up 2 cards from here. Let's see what I get. And then I think I can just, if I've got one of these, I think I can give them this, or does it have to be a weapon?
It needs to be a gear, yeah.
It needs to be a gear, okay. But I've got my discard 2 to draw 1.
Okay, that's fine.
Which is a free action.
I mean, those are also both gear. They have a backpack.
Oh, were they gear? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Okay, then I can give him these then. Sure.
Sure, there you go. There you go.
So let's put them all the way
Yep.
up to that. I think
Now they're friendly.
Yeah. I think I've got one action left, which I'm going to just... I think I'm going to use my snub nose on my wolf. So I deal 3 damage and then roll a dice. If I roll a 1, I get another monster, but if I roll a 6, I deal 3 more damage.
Okay.
So nothing, just 3 damage.
Okay.
And then I take, I think...
We'll go through it.
Yeah.
So the Modir is now our friend.
Yeah.
So which color are you? You're blue?
Yeah.
So she's going to deal 3 damage to every enemy in range that she can reach, which is this wolf, this bear, and none of mine because they're all her townsfolk.
Yeah.
But she's going to deal 3 damage here and 3 damage here, and then she's going to play.
Does it deal 3 damage to mine?
No.
No, you're not. She can't reach you.
Oh, you're not in range, are you?
No. Blue's here, so she can shoot here and here, here and here.
See, you ran away to protect us all, but left behind.
That's okay. I've got a bunch of guys that we can. I mean, I think we'll be able to take care of everything now.
But I'm going to take some damage, though, which is 5, I think.
Yep.
So I'm like
Jesus.
close to death.
Okay, we really need to watch out for the. Don't forget about your innate ability.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm gonna shove it away next round. I'm just gonna shove a bunch of monsters to people. Jamie, do you want to collect some more?
You got to use your parkour skills to.
Jamie, do you want to collect some more monsters?
Yeah, why not? They're not monsters anymore. They're all my friends.
Okay. Okay.
Wolf.
Sure.
Except the wolf, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. That's my go.
All right. So let's roll some dice. Get an 8. Oh, it's a 3. I think I got that last time as well.
That's all right.
Okay, cool. So draw a card.
What's really impressive is with all our monster spawns, we've never actually put a monster to. All just been someone drew a monster.
Okay, I'm going to attack this bear in front of me twice, which does 10 damage in total.
Nice.
She'll kill that guy. So this is an X-bear. And then I'm going to move into the suburbs. Trying to get to this token, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I will flip this over and move into there. Whoop. I'm a drunken chef.
It's in the caverns.
I have to draw a monster, right?
Yes. Get a good one.
So let's see. I got one. So let's guy.
Not terrible. They're a little mad at us, but they're not really mad at us.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my go, I believe. Yes.
Nice,
I attack
you're quick.
twice. I move twice. Yeah. And my hunger goes up 1. Boom.
All right. Five.
Okay.
Farm.
Farm gets one.
Yeah.
It's daytime. Okay. I am going to give our guys this antidote to make them happy with us.
Nice.
And then where do we have enemies? Over on
Over
it's here,
Yeah.
and they're over here.
Yeah.
Well, you've got that nail gun. You can nail gun it to death. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm okay. I've dealt with him.
Yeah. It's got 1 health left. Because I did a reverse.
I am good at spreading damage out though. So I'm gonna use my Uzi. I've got 6 shot left,
Okay.
and I'll do
Just need to do 1
I'll
hit.
do 1 damage to 2 targets. So I'll
Okay.
perfectly kill
There you go.
those 2 wolves as my first
Nice.
action. And then I'm gonna journey over here. Found a vault.
Vault.
Ooh, okay.
So I'll do attack for 1, move for 2, move here for 3. For 4, I will investigate the smoke source. And do we not have any?
We
Need
have,
to spawn monsters
Give me this. Give me
going
this.
into the caverns.
Then I get this boy. I'm escorting this hurt boy.
hmm.
And that's my turn. Hunger goes up. All of my guys would have attacked monsters, but they're all just safe.
I'm just good at rolling 8s. I'm gonna put one of those things down.
That's okay. She's not going to do anything.
Cool. Right. So draw a card.
Do we need to put a monster token on the vault as well?
No, because I. Oh yeah, we do.
Cool. Right.
read-
So I'm gonna.
I didn't read
Okay.
my flavor check. The child is injured and frightened, but we convinced them we are here to help. Child was attacked by a bear and lit his fire to scare it away and signal for help. The child asks us to take them back home.
Well, you
It's in
took care
another
of the
cave
bear.
nearby. Surely there are other people out looking for the child. We'll be rewarded for a good deed.
Excellent. Well, she doesn't have to worry about the bear anymore.
No.
Well, not one of the bears. More in there.
We're gonna find another cave, right?
Yeah.
So for an action, I can put one of these. I can put one of these barricade tokens on, right?
Yes, you can.
So I'm going to put one on the bus.
Nice.
On the van. Yeah. So that's 2 actions. I don't need to worry about these guys for the minute. I did a lot of parlaying, so I'm going to hope my fellow travellers are going to parlay. So I'm going to move. I'm going to move over to the left. So I'm going to move and reveal this tile here into the mountains. I'll draw a card. So that's one of these. That's a blue. That is a draw a card. Is that one of the blue?
It's from It's from your draw cards. Always from. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And because it went so well last time, I'm gonna reveal all the way over to the left. Yep.
Ice cliffs. It's a stealth test. I'd rather do that.
Okay.
You roll 2, and you've got to get under your stealth, which is 4.
Good luck. Gonna be an 8.
6.
Ooh.
Oh,
so you fail.
that's me.
So you're gonna get exposure. So this is a status effect. So you're now frost nipped. At the end of your turn, suffer 2 damage. It's a status effect. So that antidote I traded for would have cured you, but I gave it to the other people.
Oh.
Yeah, so that is the end of my turn. So I'm going to suffer 2 damage for that. Does that card go now?
Nope, it stays there. You're frost nipped forever.
Forever.
Until you're cured. If you are exposed, you will not be frost nipped because you're already frost nipped. You'll flip over the next card, like you'll draw a new card and flip over, and it'll be something worse.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And your hunger goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll some dice.
I got a nice clear. We're clearing the board out though. We've gotten out of the.
I got a 7.
Okay, 7 moves the clock forward 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3.
No.
It's gonna trigger exposure.
Oh no.
So instead of frost nipped, you're gonna be. You got pneumonia, which is you must spend 2 actions to move out.
Dear.
We've got to go.
That's a bit better.
We've got to go cure our contractor.
Yeah.
One of us needs to go help.
I'm gonna draw a card. Okay.
Let me see. I think I can. The chef for me is probably going to be the best for curing them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I need to do some scavenging.
No one's got any monsters to deal with, right? It's just
No, we're
perfectly
clear.
fine. Okay, so I can just go exploring then. So if can I discard and swap out a
Yes,
equipment?
you
So-
can always discard an
Okay,
equipment.
cool.
It's not an act.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
you can
I'm going to
always-
discard that one. I'm swapping out for these binoculars instead. These are better binoculars. This allows me to reveal a tile in range without triggering the effect and draw a card for an action.
And you draw a card, which
Yes.
is amazing.
So for long range, it means I can search like these 3.
Yeah, you could do one. You could do this one, this one, this one. And this one.
Okay, so I've got 3. I've got 3 actions. I've equipped something, so I'm just going to do these 3 in this row. So I'm going to view all of them, and then I think I draw a card for each of them.
Yes, you do. Draw 3 cards. There's a shelter. We could have used that earlier.
Okay, well at least we now know what's coming up, and so we got a shelter that we can go to, and then a few tundra pieces. But I'll go and have a look a bit later. That's
Okay.
my go.
Just increase your hunger.
Yes.
Was anybody else
Right.
outside when that hit? Us 2 caverns. We also got frost.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of health, but I'm just going to try and.
I had to take 2 damage for that.
At the end of
Okay,
our
cool.
turn, we do. Yeah.
So not straight away. Okay, put it back up then. The time limit now. There's a shelter next to me. Under there. Okay. So roll the dice. Where have they gone? There we go. 6. I was hoping to get Jamie.
Unbelievable.
And me.
Oh, both of you.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Another wolf.
Double.
At least
The
Jamie
bears
can
come
tank.
back.
Yeah, just have to take care of the wolf before it comes around. Oh, well, actually, I could take care of it, but
At least I've got something to do. I can deal with the bear. I can do that in 2 actions.
Well, you
That's
can
okay.
stun. I mean, your nail gun stuns it too, so you just stun it over time. You don't need to kill it.
yeah.
Yeah. Just done it and then get killed by frostbite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we need to explore still, don't we?
Yeah.
So
I mean, we
I'm
definitely
gonna
need to scavenge.
move-
We don't have any fuel.
Need fuel as well, do we, to get out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you need for 4. 1, 2,
Yep,
3,
4.
4 fuel.
Okay. I'm going to go in the suburbs then. Then I'm going to scavenge in the green deck.
Okay.
So just grab one of those.
Mhm.
Some food. That's helpful.
Mhm.
Just remind me, does this go in my hand or just into my
It
backpack?
does. It goes in your hand.
Okay, cool. Right. And then it's cool. And it's an action to actually like use it, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay, so what's mine? Mid-range. I'm there. Who else is around? Okay. So I can use that food and my special ability to reduce everyone's hunger who's in mid-range by 4.
Which is
Yes.
3 of us. That takes us all to 1.
So that's 3 of us. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do that so all of our hunger reduces by 4, apart from Jamie's, because you're too far away. My second action. My third action, I can scavenge again, right?
You can
Yeah.
only scavenge a singular tile once per turn. So you have
Sorry.
to move
Okay.
to scavenge again.
Okay, let's go. No, I'm black. I'll go to the gas station and I'm going to scavenge in here.
Okay.
So,
There you go.
cool, guys.
You have to put that in your hand.
Have done.
And you that does get equipped, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Okay. And then my hunger goes up by 1.
Yeah. And you get frost nips for 2.
Yeah.
Okay. 3? 3 safe, right? Come on. No 3s. 1, 3. Okay, I think I have to explore 2. I'm gonna go 1. Not great. I'll go here for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Exposure. Let me see if I can sneak past him first. 11, definitely not. There, shit. And I get exposure. I have hypothermia. Suffer 6 damage. Ouch. Alright, that was 2. I'll scavenge while I'm here. I'm going to scavenge red. Ooh, medical supplies. And then I don't want to end my turn there, so I'm going to go over here.
Okay. Right,
And then
here we go.
I take 5 from the. I take 4 from the bear.
It's not looking good for you either, is it?
I'm getting low. I can restore 3.
Got 3. Got 3. We got 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it's not where I'm at, so that's okay. Okay, so
I know which way I'm not heading. Everywhere.
Just know that the caverns is going to be over this side, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know you can look at that one with your binocular.
I can, yeah.
Wait.
And then I'm just going to take the long way around.
for my first action, I'm going to use my sword launcher, do 10 damage to the bear.
Damn, that's amazing.
And he is stunned, so
it increases your hunger by 1 though when you.
Joy, and increase hunger by 1. Okay.
Why is he stunned? Why is the bear stunned?
Can you say he was stunned?
Well, if you use the nail gun on him, you can stun him. 3 damage and stun it.
Oh yeah, sorry, I misheard that. I'll use my nail gun on him now anyway, and then that'll kill him
he's
off.
stunned. Yeah.
Well, now he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
That's 2 actions.
Yep.
And for my last action, I'll just use 2 actions to move down here. And I get a free scavenge. I'll go with red.
Okay.
And you get to draw a monster as well.
Which was.
It wouldn't be Jamie's turn if he didn't.
Yeah, very true. Very true. At least it's not a bad monster.
It's all about collecting those monsters.
And
at least they're alright with us.
And then I lose 2 damage for yeah.
It's the problem with
And
climbing all the ice cliffs.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Nice.
Oh, at least we're revealing the cards this end.
Okay, Thief, stay safe.
Yeah. I'll try.
You get 10.
4.
4. That's me.
I told you to stay
It's a
safe.
monster.
That's another. That's not me.
That's death right now.
No, I'm not. I didn't get for 4. I was fine.
Oh, that's
fine.
purple. Thank God.
Yeah, but I've got to kill this wolf. I can.
Or
do
you
that.
can move him. You can move to blue and just put him on blue. Or
I can.
purple.
Yeah, I can use a push because that's short range, so I can just push him from. Oh, I have to be on the tile, don't I?
Yeah.
So yeah.
you
So
can
if
move,
I look at this tile first.
Yeah, you can scout, move,
Yeah,
and then push.
So okay, I'm going to draw my 1 card. I'm going to then use my first action to investigate this tile here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just small suburbs, and I get another card. I'm then going to what should I do? I'm going to then discard 2. 1, 2, because I've got many of them. And to draw 1. And then I'm going to use an action to go over to here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it doesn't do anything, and then I'm going to push over my wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
And
you still have 1 more.
I still have 1 more,
Because your
so
discard
I can
and draw
then.
was a free.
Well, I can then
so you
use.
can scavenge.
I can then scavenge.
Or
Yeah,
you can use something.
I'll scavenge for now.
Okay.
Which is red. Nice. Try to get some more food. Lovely. Need something that gives me.
Well, thanks for passing your problems on to me,
Oh,
Will.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Right, okay, so I'll roll the
My
dice.
hunger goes up.
8, of course.
So that
That's the
breaks
bold
this
sound of-
barricade.
Oh.
Man, I was going to use
Okay,
that vault back, but now I don't want to. Go the long way.
Okay, so
Will the wolves
I'm just going to...
I think the wolves only affect.
It's going to kill all. So I'm just going to spend 4 actions killing wolves.
Yeah.
Because that'll do it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I take 2 damage from the
Yep.
exposure, the frostbite, frost nip.
And did you remember to draw a card too at the start of your turn?
Remind me, is there a hand limit, Mike?
There is. It's 10.
Right. I think I've got a few turns yet.
Okay.
Worth me.
I gotta roll dice and see what I can do. 6. 6 is myself. Any
It's
other
also
sixes?
the suburbs. And the
And
suburbs
it's the
here.
the ice cliffs.
Of course. Good thing I moved.
What's itself do? When I kill it, I get food.
Yeah.
For my first action, I'll empty my Uzi for 6, and I'll do 6 and 6. Kills the elk.
Nice.
And I get a food. Do I have a choice? No. That's 1. This bear will... I'm going to die at the end of this turn currently.
Ooh.
No.
What?
Oh no. There's nothing we can do, is there?
Well, it's my turn, so...
Oh no.
I think that'll work. Okay, so I've spent 1 action so far.
Yeah.
I can adrenaline rush, which will reduce the damage from the wolf and keep me alive. I burn 2 cards and get 2 actions. Brings me up to 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna equip my car. Then I have the car in play. I'm gonna play hit and run. It lets me move up to 3 spaces, ignoring all effects and removing any monster.
Nice.
Amazing.
So I'm gonna go 1, 2 to kill these. And then 3. Lose an action. 2 left. I'm going to medical supplies myself. 3.
Hmm?
I thought I was gonna save that for the thief, but
That's fine.
and then I'll spend my final action to move back to the vault. So I'm indoors.
Yeah.
And my hunger goes up. The wolf would deal 5 damage to me, but helmet reduces by 1, adrenaline rush by 2. So that's only 2. And then 2 from my frost nip. So I'm down to 5.
Oof.
And my hunger goes up to 4.
On edge.
Amy, win the game for us.
Yeah.
Okay. So for my first action, I will consume some food for free.
Roll dice.
Dice first, though, right?
Oh yeah, sorry.
And draw a card.
Yeah.
Here, you roll them, because we know you're going to draw an answer. So you got to hit a
I
10.
already rolled a 10.
So an 8.
Back on the vault.
And I draw
My
1 card.
vault? Shit.
You're on the vault.
Double bear. I definitely need help.
Oh god. I've got a way that I can help.
I mean, I could run to the shelter.
No, I've got a way.
That's why I kept it open.
I've got a way on my next turn that I can help, but I've got to get to I'll just have to get to your space.
I mean, I can just run to the vault too, or the shelter.
You could, whichever's.
Well, I'm just saying, if we can get fuel and finish it.
Yeah.
Because what do we need? We need 3 more fuel.
Well, if I follow you around, I've got a way of stunning all the creatures that you've got. So for 3 rounds.
So my second action, I'm going to scavenge red.
Okay.
I've got a fuel.
Okay,
So I'll quit that there.
Yep. You have to drop something though, because you're at 4 backpacks. You're at 5 backpacks. You have to discard something.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll discard mine now then.
Okay.
For a minute. And then got 2 more actions. I'm gonna move over to the gas station. So I'm gonna move 1 over here. Yeah.
Oh, to another gas station. It's a very big gas station.
3 scavenge.
And
There you go.
yes, a monster.
It's not terrible.
Oh, it's an elk. Cool. So that's all my turns. So I'm going to suffer 2 damage from the frost nip. Oh no, wrong way. I'm going to then suffer 2 damage from the elk. Yeah. And then my mover goes up 1.
Okay.
So 2 fuel away, right?
Say it again.
2
We're
fuel.
2 fuel away.
Yep. We're close.
It's a 9. Okay. Awesome.
Is that it?
So,
No, here you go.
So I can. So I can come to you if you want, and then help stun your guy so you're not attacked. So you've got a bit of leeway. If you want me to.
Well, you're on a gas station, right?
Well,
so
yeah.
I definitely
Okay.
tell you.
Well, I could get the gas. Try and get a gas thing. I'll scavenge for that, right?
You can move
You're there.
one
I'm
scavenge.
already on it.
Move right scavenge 3 for 4. So you can scavenge both the gas stations this round
Yeah.
and height the
Yeah, good.
So I could do that one.
scavenge it.
Scavenge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another gas. I've got to put it in my hand. I'll sort that out in a minute.
No, you can't.
I can't.
You have to discard something.
I was gonna discard that. Don't need them anymore. And then move back and scavenge again. But that's gonna then mean that you're open to being killed. But yeah.
It's okay. I'll run over to the shelter.
Okay. Okay. I got that. And then that's my go, I believe.
Okay.
Because I've used 4 actions then. So I get hungry. And then I don't get attacked by anything.
My turn. 9. The 9s. Oh, the caverns is 9.
Yeah. You might want to go and
Job,
visit the
we
cabin.
got that.
Suburbs.
Okay, so draw a card.
The cabin looks quite nice.
Right, okay.
Just need 1 more fuel, I think.
So I'll scavenge first out of the red deck. It's fuel.
Nice,
Awesome.
you got it. We should go back and drop it off to give yourself space too.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was my first action was scavenge, right?
Yeah.
My second action, so I should go to the van, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I go to the
Are you
van.
gonna take this monster or try to sneak past it?
I'm going to take the monster. We need to get rid of them, right?
Yep. And you've got
So
more
let's-
health than so. There you go.
Yeah.
She's not a problem.
Perfect. And then is an action each to put these fuel in the van.
No, it's a free action. You don't even have to do anything. Do that.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Okay. So that was 2 actions to do that. I'm going to move back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to... Do you want me to take out one of... Oh, no, I can't. I can't quite do that. Damage one of those bears, but not... if I destroy the elk... If I destroy the elk in front of Jamie, do I get the food?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to...
There's no food in the discard, though.
okay, never mind. I won't do that.
Or if there is... I mean, I guess there is, because he used this, and he didn't put it... He put it in his own discard.
Oh, sorry.
This guy. Okay, then I'm going to use my throwing knife, thing here, which basically means I can kill something in... Well, it's 6 damage in mid-range. Gets rid of my knife, though.
It's 6 damage plus 2 with your sharpener.
Yeah, so 8 damage kills that thing. I get to draw the food.
You're not going to kill one of these bears in front of me?
Yeah.
I thought that, but then...
This
Guess
one has
I-
6 damage on it. You could kill this one.
Okay, in that case, sorry, Jamie, take the elk back. I will kill one of the bears instead. I didn't realize they were damaged. Yep.
Okay.
And I'll increase my hunger.
Yeah, I'm going to be starving soon, too. Like, we've got to beat this in, like, 2 turns.
Okay. I think we can do it.
Your turn.
Okay. Let me roll dice first. 7. 2, 3. And I need to draw a card. Well, I can kill the bear. I can
Awesome.
discard. I can 1, then use it twice. I have 1 shot left, and do 6 damage.
Amazing.
Yeah, she runs through. Like, she acts quick, but runs out of ammo
Yeah.
pretty quick too. So that's 3 actions. I've got 1 left. For my 4th action, I'm gonna do Adrenaline Rush, which gives me 2 actions. And then I'm gonna use Custom Car for 3. Well, where am I? Actually, I'll scavenge first. And then I'll use Custom Car to go to the van.
Yeah.
Take 2 damage at the end.
Some antidotes.
Cool, where's the dice? No, there it is. Okay, so roll the dice. 10.
Yeah. On you.
So on me. Yes.
And next to you.
And next to me, where I want to go.
Just get to the van, right?
I
Drop
mean,
off.
it's going to take... It'd take his whole turn to get to
Oh,
the
would
van.
it?
Yeah, we haven't cured him yet.
Dang.
Did I get a monster card?
I was hoping the chef has, like, these herbs that he can pick and cure us. Oh, you need to draw a monster?
Yeah.
Oh, look, a
I
bear.
don't know how to do it. Yes, another bear.
And we need to move time forward, right?
Yeah.
So everyone outside, which is none of us,
Oof.
we avoided exposure that time.
Avoided it just for now.
Okay, let me draw my card. Let's see if that gives me anything to help. It might have. Okay. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna have to deal with the. So I'm going to use my saw launcher for my first action on the bear.
Mm-hmm.
So that reduces him to by 1. It's down to 12. Blah, blah, blah. And what to do? I can't equip. Okay, I'm going to use my saw launcher again on the elk, that means that the saw launcher is now got no thingy. I had to increase my hunger by 2. So that's 2 actions. So can you discard? You can discard for free. So I'm going to discard the saw launcher for free. That's 2 actions. For my third action, I'm going to add my sledgehammer. And for my final action, I'll deal 6 damage to the bear.
Get 1 hunger.
Which is 1 hunger. So I take 2 damage for that, yeah. And then that's the end of my turn, so I take 2 damage for Frostnip.
And
then
you
that
got rid of the 4.
Yeah. I do get, because I killed the elk, I do get the food from...
Yep, the discard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We got to win soon, guys, or we're toast.
Yes, yeah.
I've got to try and make it over.
Yeah.
That's the...
Yeah, we need. I mean, it's gonna take your whole turn next turn.
So
Yeah.
6.
I could have just gone, actually. I don't know why I battled all those people, but...
Yeah.
And just remind me, is it game over if one of us dies?
Yes. I mean, that's the way the game was balanced. I mean, usually when someone dies, everyone else die. So a lot of times people will see if they can finish it with 2 or 3 people. You know what I mean? I mean, there was one play test that I'll never forget where people were chanting. They just barely missed it. They were like 1 turn away, and the person died, and they beat it on the next round. And they started chanting, "Body in the van, bring his body in the van," because he had died at the door of the van.
Oh.
And one more person had to get back there on their next turn. And they're like, "We're bringing your body in the van. We're bringing you with us. Even though you're dead, we'll bury you later."
Well, my go is going to be moving to the van. And I'm going to be, for 1 action, I'm then going to drop off the fuel. I've got 1, I've almost fueled it up. And then I might as well equip this grappling hook, right? Okay, it's fine. And then and then I can. I don't know what I can do. I've got a few other things. Do we need to? I don't need to really parlay with them. It's fine. I'll just discard a couple of cards and draw 1. See what I get, and then I might as well just have some rations. And that will be my go.
Okay.
And then I'm back to...
So you're like down to 200.
Oh,
Alright,
it
roll
was
those
still
dice.
4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm down to 1.
All right, I'm roll those dice.
Right. Where are they? There we are. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Thanks,
Seven.
Will. Yeah, circling.
Yeah, you're welcome.
3.
Thought that'd be helpful.
Huh. Okay, so no bad guys. So what we're trying to do is...
Do you have any? Do you have any food? Because I'll hand you my food. Like that's a free action we can trade. Give or take a scavenge card.
You can go
I
and
know, but if you
try
come
and...
to the van, I'll give you. And you can feed all of us.
You gotta try and feed Jamie as well. 'cause
Well,
Jamie's
actually, you
quite
should come
hungry.
to me. You should come to me and use it on my. But then you'll take us.
So sorry. So you wanted me to come to the van, get the food, go back, and then use the ability so we can heal everyone's health.
Then end at the van, and then we just have to wait for what's his face.
Go to the van for one. Do a free trade, so I've got the food now. I move to the gas station. I then use my ability to feed
Everyone.
Everybody's
Which I needed desperately too. Yeah.
by the amount on that card.
Yes.
Down to 2 actually, because it goes to 6. It's a dice.
Nice.
And then we'll end on the van.
And then we're ready to go.
Yeah.
I think we can win on my turn. I'll die actually. 6. No one's on a 6.
That's good. Just don't want to roll 8.
We're not running out of tiles. Like you only have 8 left, but we're not going to run out of token.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got it. So
Awesome.
for my first action, I'll use the custom car to move to any revealed tile. I've got to burn 2 cards. So I'll move here. And then I will use the custom car again. There's 1 fuel left. And bring us both back, drive us both back to the van. Because I may take anyone with me and burn 2 cards. Then I'll reload this gun. Because why not? And for my last action, I'll draw a card. Then I suffer 2 damage. And we escape.
Yeah.
You deliver that as a free action. Obviously, that last.
Yeah.
How many kind of scenarios have you got in this? Because you were saying this is the second part of the campaign.
Yeah. So there's 2 campaigns. There's Frosted. There's Frozen Wilds, and then there's the Scorched Wasteland. There'll be approximately 6 missions in each. There's already 6 written for Frozen. There's an outline for most of Scorched so far. But I mean, that could also change with stretch goals. You guys know I'm part of it. So there could be supplemental missions and other things.
Okay.
Awesome.
I thought the difficulty of that was just right for the second mission you're doing out of a potential 6. I think that's pretty well balanced, really.
Yeah, it's luckily I've had there's been 1 or 2 playtesters especially who have been playing on Tabletop Simulator and have given good feedback. Especially with interacting with the new human people, because in the next mission what happens is there's 2 different tribes that you have to work.
Okay.
And it's quite hard to keep 2 tribes friendly with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite like your the kind of the time tracker as well. That's quite interesting. So you've got to really be aware, plan your turns out.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys played Gothic Horrors or not, but we introduced the day-night deck in that version, and it was just like this modular extra thing.
So when I backed your Gothic horrors.
Yeah.
And,
so when
I'm not there yet though.
Yeah. So when I was designing this game, one of the big things I wanted to do was I wanted to make, you want to add things to the game, but you don't want to make it overly. Or I mean, I want Maximum Apocalypse to stay in that nice medium weight type spot. I don't want it to become like Tootin' Walkin' or something like some of those crazy European. So I came up with this idea of like a clock to deal with all these extra things. So it's like you don't have to really worry about it. It integrated with the day and night deck. So the next mission, when you're playing through the Learn to Play guide in the Frozen campaign, it starts with just exposure. So you're just getting used to turning the dial. The only thing is staying in and out when you're. Then the next mission introduces, which is what we played, which introduces dealing with these humans, and then the next mission introduces having day-night effects, which is when tokens start moving. With the day effect, they move according to this arrow. So they'll all move and gather in certain places and potentially to you and monsters. And then when you hit night, you get an effect that happens. Give us your weapons. Each player must discard and equip gear, suffer 3 damage. Decrease all tribe hostility by 1. So then you get into the stuff where like every time you roll a 7 instead of nothing happens, one of these things is happening. Something's happening.
Yeah.
Which I like.
It doesn't feel like there's too much going on either. So like it seems like it's all quite.
Yeah, I think it's a good. It's definitely at a good place. However many years later it's been. I mean, last year when I was at conventions, like the characters and the character decks especially, they've been in development a long time. Like when I was selling Gothic horrors at conventions, I had these decks in tuck boxes, and I'd be like, "Hey, have you played Maximum Apocalypse before?" Or because sometimes you get people who come in, they're like, "Oh, I've got this game. You guys have to play it." And they'll sit down for a demo, and I'd be like, "You played before? Try a new character." And it was a way for me to play test all the characters. So the characters are in pretty good places and have been in pretty good places for a while. It's just making sure all the finickiness with dealing with the talking to the tribes and making sure the missions are balanced and the objectives work is sort of what I'm working through now.
Okay.
I think one of the big draws of this game is its simplicity to play, and I think what I found playing this is that it was like going back to an old friend with some little bit more depth, and it was nice. I love playing this game every time I play it because it's never. I don't think I've ever played the same game, and it's always. I don't think I've ever managed to play a game where it's been easy. Like there's been a challenge along the way. And it's always close to the end, and yeah, it's exciting, really. But I really like the factions. I felt that was such a good. That's such a nice approach to depth, and it's a shame I got the frostbite and the pneumonia. But again, that really added to it because then suddenly you were really restricted as a player. And that was quite cool. So I quite like it.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I mean, if you want to write about your impressions or do anything on your channel or create some content for it, I'm happy to give you the link to this mod if you want to play through it. I can give you a link to our Google Doc, too. I have like a README file for playtesters to like read through stuff. So if you want to try a couple of the other missions, you played mission 2, but I've got the first, I think 3 missions up there.
Awesome.
Okay, cool, yeah, perfect. Yeah.
And if you write anything about it, just link it, put it on the Kickstarter page, and people can click through. And it doesn't have to be a review; it can be like first impression preview on the Kickstarter game.
Yeah, definitely.
So just let me know. Just let me know what you need, and I'll make sure to get it to you.
Awesome. Yeah.
Because we recorded it, so what we normally do is we normally put the raw gameplay up, and then Adam and I will normally cut this into a smaller segment and then talk about our impressions over. So there'll there'd be two videos for this. There'd be the raw gameplay, which is just the rawness of it.
And then
Because we've got
and then like
a lot of
an edited
we got
version.
quite a lot. Yeah, we got quite a lot of people that love the gameplay. That a lot of our followers
Oh yeah,
are
for
really
sure.
watching us play the game, which I find really bizarre. But there are lots of people that enjoy doing it. So
Yeah.
so
It's something we found during the pandemic with me doing a bunch of solo videos, that rather than just like, we used to do reviews where we'd just kind of record several different segments of a game and then like give our thoughts afterwards. But we found people really enjoy watching entire rounds of the gameplay and like the entire game session.
Yep.
And to be fair, when I'm looking to learn the game, I normally look at reviews and gameplay sessions to understand how to play it. So yeah. So I've got a question for you, Mike. Out of all of your characters in Max Apocalypse, which one's your favorite?
Well, I mean, as someone who used to go around to conventions and demo things like Z, I typically like the newer characters better because I haven't played them as much. But these four characters I've been playing a lot of lately because I found playing right now really fun because I didn't have to play like two or three characters myself. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't managing multiple characters. I got to really be my character.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have a great affinity for the Ronin. I really like the Ronin a lot. She's probably my favorite like damage, like kill stuff character. So I just love switching between the stances and attacking people. I mean, she's really strong. Out of these new I like all of these new characters a lot because they're pretty new. I didn't show you guys the Time Traveler, but my friend Todd Walsh, who designed Set a Watch, the game that I published, and I've been working with him he designed a character for this game, which is going to be an add-on. It's sort of a bridge between. We're working on a game that's sort of a spiritual successor to Max Apocalypse as well, called Star Driven. So we have a time traveler character who's sort of based on Doctor Who. So it's a non-combat oriented character. So like they're effective, but they don't deal damage.
Yeah.
They have really fun characters. Like one of their cards is just run with an exclamation mark, and it just takes all the characters in range, leaves tokens for every monster attached to you. Leave a token there, and you move one space. So you can like go over to a group of people and just like leave a bunch of tokens, then get away. And they have a time pod, which they can use to warp around the level. It's a tile that moves, like it's like a tile. But every time you do some of the more powerful stuff, you can rip the space time. You can rip space time. So they have a deck of time anomalies that trigger, and some of the time anomalies are good, like it rewinds your hunger and rewinds cards from your discard pile back into your deck. And other things are bad, like your hunger increases, you get older, you lose, you discard cards, you redraw your hand. So they're just sort of a wacky, fun character to play.
That sounds like the perfect character to play if you were to mash all of the decks together.
Yeah, it's a very like quirky, fun character to do. But from the four we saw right here, I think my favorite is Thief. I love like the Thief has a bunch of. I mean, we didn't really see it. We saw more of the Thief's gear, but the Thief has like these caltrops that she can drop, which like stuns monsters. She can backstab, which like stuns and deals damage, and it deals 2 damage for every backstab card you have in your discard pile, counting the backstab card you just played. So backstab is just fun because it like builds up. 2 damage, 4 damage, 8 damage, 10, and you're just like killing. You're just killing bears like near the at this point in the game. You send the Thief around to kill these big characters in one hit, which I think is really cool. But the Thief's tough. I mean, you saw the Thief's got no damage, so you've got to make sure it's staying safe in the early game to sort of build that stuff up.
Yeah.
So I like the complexity of having to like move in or push monsters off of you and then strike and like run away. Like I like the feeling of that versus being a tank like the Ronin or the contractor or the tank or the fireman, where you're just sort of like, bring it on, I can take it. Doesn't matter if I've got a couple. But you can see like the contractor has 30 health to 19 for the biggest spreads.
Yeah.
I really like that contract, because the firefighter fireman in the original was one of the guys in my gaming group. It's one of his favourite players. That's the guy that he goes to all the time. He's just a beast of a player.
Yeah, I mean, from the original game, my favorite was probably the hunter.
Yeah.
I like the characters that can do a little bit of everything, like that can. I don't like the super specialized roles. Like, there's a ton of people playtesting that love the skin, which is playing class, and that's by far my least favorite. Like in any video game and anything ever, I never want to be like the healer. But I think I did a pretty good job, because people are actually like, I love the. They're my favorite. They're so much fun. I'm like, okay, I'm glad I made that fun, because like that's what I felt like I had the least knowledge of how to make fun.
The gunslinger, that was my that's always been my.
Oh yeah, gunslingers. I mean, before the Ronin, the gunslinger is probably the best killer, in the game. They're still one of the better killers.
Just such a fun.
I mean, I had a lot of fun with the this time, even though I almost killed myself. I only have 7 cards left.
But that's the fun. That for me, that's what makes this game fun. Is that you can't just think you can move between the handful of tiles and think you're going to succeed. You have to play together as a team. You have to have that strategy. You have to look out for each other. It's not a game that's
right.
That you can
and what
play.
I did in this one too, because the game's been out so long and I've seen so many things. So you guys have played it. You've seen there's like different ways to lose, right? You can run out of monster tokens. You can starve to death. You can run out of health. You can run out of cards. You can deck out. So some of these things that are a threat but happen a lot, like decking out, starving to death, I wanted to really push characters that like that was their detriment, right? So like the contractor can do crazy stuff. Like that saw launcher you had, I don't think there's a weapon in the game that does more. I mean, it's insane. 10 damage, but every time you fire it, you got to increase your hunger by 1, and it takes up 3 slots. So
I didn't even spotted that when I played it down, and then suddenly I was like, oh, it really does, and then and that hurt.
Yeah,
using it to with those like you don't like normally I'm quite good at hunger management, and then suddenly to be in that deficit of hunger, you're like, ouch.
Yeah. So playing with that stuff, I wanted to just play with that, pushing your luck with that stuff even more, because the contractor is crazy good. I mean, the sledgehammer is strictly better than the fireman's axe does 4, sledgehammer does 6, but the sledgehammer increases your hunger by 1. So.
Which is true to life. If you're swinging a sledgehammer around, it's absolutely shattering, isn't it?
Yeah. So so that's what I think is, I think that kind of stuff is fun, because the driver is constantly playing with a lot of the action she does, burn cards. So she's playing a lot with like how much she can do, a ton of shit on her turn, but she can burn out. It's sort of like being a stuntman or something. You can burn out if you push it too hard. And I've definitely seen people try to do too much with the driver, and they seem like a hero at the beginning, and then they putt and they run out of cards at the end, and they're dead.
I think I'm really excited to play this again with the driver. The driver looked like such an interesting and the thief as well. I'm a bit of a fanboy for Maximum Apocalypse, so I'm excited to
I was digging for this card when you got pneumonia too, and I never got it, which was Getaway. Swap the van tile with an empty revealed map tile, or move all players one space. So I was going to try to help move you, or potentially move the van just to you, so we could escape. But then I got my car. I got my car in play instead, so I just drove and picked you up and drove you back.
It was good. It was really good. Well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
So we've just played Maximum Apocalypse. How do you guys think of it? What do you guys think?
What? Did you just steal the line, Will?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You don't do that. That's not your job.
I can do what I want. I have the power of the editing software on my side.
Wait till we meet in person again, Will. We're going to be teaming up against you. No problem. So before we begin this, just thanks out to my mate Phil, taking the time out of his busy schedule to go through this new iteration of Maximum Apocalypse, which is a standalone expansion, I believe, which has a campaign to it, 2 campaigns, I believe, and it'll be coming on Kickstarter at some point in the not too distant future. So all 3 of us have played Maximum Apocalypse. I own it, and it's on my shelves of opportunity over here. So we weren't coming into this completely new, so we already had some preconceptions. And Jamie, I believe this is like one of your favorite kind of games.
So this is. I was saying this to Mike when I got on the call, so I was there early because there was a bit of fandom for me. This was the first Kickstarter for me, and the first Kickstarter game I got my hands on when I really started to get into board games. And I've always found it like a fun little game. Like it's the game that you bring out when you just come out of a campaign, or you've just come out of a load of heavy board games in a game night, and you just want something that's a bit of light relief. And so this has been our go-to game for such a long time. We've backed the expansions, we've played the expansions, and playing the game tonight, it was just like going back to an old friend. You comfy jumper, it's just been jazzed up a little bit with some glitter and some, it was so much fun. Like it hadn't ruined the game for me, and that's the thing, is like sometimes you get these editions and standalone expansions, and you just think, is that publisher just milking it a little bit just for some extra revenue? Are they really adding value to the game? And for me, overall impression, I loved it. I just thought it was fantastic. And another Kickstarter backing coming in. My wife will kill me, but definitely just back away, take my money.
There's plenty of space on your shelves. You can just hide it behind stuff. You'll be fine there. What? That's just reserved for it. I think it's a good point with regards to expansion. Sometimes you're like, it's another expansion. What more is this bringing apart from more of the same? I think like the last big expansion he did was the Gothic Horrors one, which brought in like Insanity in there, a day-night cycle. It's a really fun thing. So going into this, I was quite looking forward to seeing how a campaign would work for the Maximum Apocalypse thing. Because I think we're all in the same opinion. This is quite a light game, but it's quite easy to teach, it's quite easy to play. It turns around in about an hour.
Yeah.
So the idea of actually having a kind of like a structured campaign where you have additional rules being brought in as the game goes on, and the complexity goes over a series of, I think, six kind of linked kind of stories. I think it's really, really cool. What did you make of it all, Will?
I thought it was really good. I played, obviously, the thief character, as you know, and I thought that was a really interesting style. I like how every character comes with their own unique deck, and being able to play with a unique deck and a unique character style means that whenever you play, it's always going to be different. You're never going to feel like you're left out doing something, for coming back and you're like, I'm just playing the same 4 characters or whatever over and over again until they decide to release an expansion onto it. And I like the idea that they've added that plus extra features to make the game a bit more exciting, especially for when they add the campaign modes to it. but I felt that it was very well balanced in the fact that you're not like overwhelmed to start with. You feel like you're overwhelmed with a few monsters all appearing all at once, but as you progress, you sort of filter out and feel a bit more balanced.
That's just typical MA bad luck. You could play that next time, Will, and no monsters come out,
but,
and it would be right at the end of the day. That's the fun.
But this is
the
the thing; it's different each time, and it's always that unique aspect, which is what I was getting at with the characters as well, and the fact that you've got then the different aspects of characters, the different aspects of how the maps are laid out, because it's tile based. It could be in any variants that you effectively wanted to play in. So it doesn't have to follow it has got rules and sets with it, but you could make your own quite easily. With the structure of the tiles.
I've done this is putting all of the cards together, because you are able to do the maximum. Like when you play this game, you've got the monster deck, the alien deck, and all the robots and all the decks you've got. And what you can do is just shuffle all the decks together and have like the maximum of it. I've never been brave enough to do that because it took me so long to sort.
I never want to do that. So Adam, I'm going to ask you a question, because normally when we do this, like you ask us questions to like reaction. I'm going to flip it around, because like, what were your thoughts on the 2 new game mechanics that were introduced? Obviously, they've had the day and the night previously, so that was already there. But they've introduced 2 mechanics. The first one is the mechanic of tribes, and the second one was obviously the
environmental mechanic, one for a better word. There is an actual word for it, but it's gone completely out of my head.
Time clock.
Yes, that's one, yeah.
So both of them. First of all, the allies thing, or the kind of the tribe thing, it was a bit confusing coming to it fresh from only ever playing Maximum Apocalypse before, because this is a completely new idea that you have this this tribe that you can kind of affect their mood towards you, and they will either assist or attack you depending on how they feel about you. And when I was playing this just now, it was the only time I played this, I didn't really have much interaction with that. So it was kind of, it looked like it'd be pretty fun as it goes on, but I definitely have to play this again. I really wanted to see how that kind of tribe mechanic actually affects the rest of the game. But I did see how it affected the game in the sense that Jamie kept rolling the 8s, kept getting the monsters appearing, and most of them were that tribe. And then as soon as Will started making peace with them, we were able to actually, they were no longer enemies, which is completely reversed the situation Jamie was in, which looked like pretty dire because he just kept getting all these monsters. The other mechanic there being the kind of, I guess it's like a time tracker, really, isn't it? That goes around, and you have the tribe change their kind of feelings towards you, and you've also got the day, the night, and also the exposure element to it. So that was really fun, because it makes it a bit more strategic, because you've really got to kind of think about your turns going forward and where you're going to move your people and what's going to happen with that. And the exposure thing I thought was great. Yeah, and the fact that if you're on a sheltered tile with a little house on it, then you don't have to worry about drawing exposure, whereas everyone else would. So it just adds an extra element of kind of teamwork and trying to communicate what everyone needs to do. That's my 2 pennies worth.
Nice.
Well,
me, yeah. So I've felt with the new expansion and the new mechanics of the tribes was really interesting, and the fact that combined with the day-night cycle is that progressively that tribe will get angrier and angrier with you if you're not trading them and giving them all your stuff. So if you don't have enough items to give them, they'll eventually become your enemies again. So the idea is to keep that balance.
They'll be your friends if you're having to give them free stuff all the time.
Yeah. But if you're not giving them free stuff, they don't know why they should be friends with you anymore. So they end up coming back and attacking you all. So I feel that because we played only the scenario with one tribe, it was easy enough to manage them. If we were playing with multiple tribes and we have to manage multiple tribes at once, it's like which of them would be best for the situation we're in, who do we set our allegiance to, because it could be that one is showing up more than the other and we set an allegiance with them and then target. So there's a different way of balancing how enemies are played on the board, so that they can help someone else out. Or help.
And the tribe themselves, just to be perspective, it's not they're not weak. None of these characters that came out were weak. They were like 35 health.
Yes.
They were 28 health, and like I had about 4 of them lined up, and I thought, well, this isn't gonna work, is it? And it sort of almost forces you to have to keep paying, to keep them sweet, to keep them in a certain place, because if you end up with a whole bunch of them on your character sheet, then it will be, and it adds another mechanic. And I think we talk about, when you look at that game and we talk about it, the reason why I think it's one of my favourites is because it was very much an entry-level game, and when you're getting into this hobby, no matter where you come from, like, we used to play a lot of, like, original zombies, and we played Shadow of the House on the Hill, and all of those bits and pieces, but those, like, many years ago. Like, I remember, like, hanging out with your brother, like, on a Saturday, we played ball games while everyone was out doing fun things. But the depth and the breadth wasn't there at the time, and now you look at things like MA that come out, and that's like a whole new world of like board gaming, and it was always like a fantastic go-to, easy to pick up, easy to play. But the scenarios were, once you played the scenarios, you played them, and yes, it was always difficult and always a difficult game every time you played it, but there was almost that sort of, you could sort of work out how the mechanics went, and the more layers that are added into it, the more complex it gets, but the more fun and challenge it adds into. And I can't, there's a fine line between it being an entry-level game, a medium lane, and a really heavy game. And I think this new variation puts it right bang in that middle lane of a game, and I like that. I genuinely sort of really pleased that that's where the game's gone.
Yeah, I think this is one that, like, I think all of us want to play this again.
Yes.
It was just really fun, and like it's lovely to play a kind of preview copy of something and be like, man, I really want to play this. I'm really excited about it, especially when it's something that we've already technically played before, because we've all played Maximum Apocalypse. So that's about it, really. What else to say, guys?
Can we play again?
Indeed.
Yeah, and that's my feeling. I just want to play it again, and it, just like going back, hanging out with old friends. It takes you back to the happier times pre-COVID, and you can just sit there on a Thursday evening and play a game of Maximum Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Just one quick question for you, Jamie, which isn't related to Maximum Apocalypse, but related to the platform we were playing it on. How did you find Tabletop Simulator as opposed to Tabletopia? And remember, we're reviewing a Kickstarter preview here, so just very briefly, what were your thoughts on that?
In comparison, I think that the fact that I already knew a lot of how Tabletopia worked, a lot of the controls were sort of the same. But the fact it just worked first time, I think Tabletopia has better breadth of games from what I've seen, but the mechanics of it is awful. And Tabletop Simulator, after Steam sorted it out, much better. Like genuinely a lot better. Like I think I'd like to play a few more games on it in order to pass a judgment. But for me, out of the two, I think I'm more likely to play an online game on Tabletop Simulator than Tabletopia at the end.
Okay, cool. So that was our thoughts on this latest iteration of Maximum Apocalypse. So is this a back or a pass from you guys?
To back? I'd back it.
I'm certainly going to back it. I'm going to go all in. I'm all in. Yeah, it's such a good game. It really is. It's well worth. If you've already got the game and you're thinking about whether or not to back it. It adds another layer and adds some real depth to it. Especially if you were frustrated with the not repetitiveness. That's not that, but the same layers after playing it a number of times. This adds another layer, refreshes it again, and makes it feel like a really exciting game again. So yeah, definitely I would back it.
Yeah, I'll definitely back it as well. It's a game that adds that was a great base game to start off with. Plus, with the many other layers that are on it, it's available for anyone to pick up and play. So those that are just getting into board gaming, those that have played board games for a long time, it's suitable for everyone to sort of pick up and play. So it would be great just to sit down with family, friends, and just play a game of it. It's just that kind of game. It's so simple to pick up, so it would be definitely a back for me.
Yeah. So I don't need to back it because I know 2 people are already backing it. But if I did not get this game, this is definitely one I probably back because it's something I could play with my significant other because it's not too deep. And it only takes, I think for me, because it only takes around an hour, 45 minutes to an hour for a game of this, it's that sweet spot of a game I can definitely get out to play on a weeknight. Whereas most games over an hour, there's no way it's going to hit my table during a weeknight. I'm filming solo videos, of course. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Jamie and Will, I've spoken enough. You guys do all the admin stuff. Do
you know, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to let you off, Will. I'm going to let you have admin. You can take it.
Oh, I thought you... Okay.
You know, I'm going to drive this home.
Okay.
So, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for making it to the end of another very long video. If you're already a subscriber on any of our social media channels, thank you so much for your time, your comments, and your participation. We genuinely really appreciate it, and we love reading and replying to your comments.
Even the spam bots. Thanks, guys. Thanks,
nice. We're on our social media channels. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and we are on Twitch for live stuff, so please come and check us out. And if you're on YouTube, please make sure you click like and subscribe. Leave us a comment down below. But most importantly, keep safe and keep rolling.
Yeah.